In this video, we're going to go over how to use the finance options in Yahoo and Google. Basically, it's a search engine, but instead of giving you stories, it's going to give you financial information. So it says you can search news, symbols, and or companies. I'm going to be using a Ford Motor Company. And the ticker symbol for Ford is F. I just know that. And so if all I have to do is type in F, then I get Ford Motor Company. Same thing in Google Finance. I can put in an F. Right there is Ford Motor Company. I can select that. And I have information on Ford Motor Company. I'm used to using Yahoo Finance. The Google Finance is actually kind of like some of those features better. So I'm going to be going back and forth between the two. This number right here is your current stock price. During this presentation here, video, you might actually see it changing because it does get updated throughout the day. This is since the last change, and other things to talk about. Ford Motor Company, it is the ticker symbol is right there, and it is a New York Stock Exchange. Okay. This information right here tells you what the price was at the close of the previous day, and so it closed at $11.95, and therefore it opened at $11.95, and so you can see right here it's currently at $11.95. So you think, well, it hasn't changed, but that's not true. If we look at the day, all right, you look at the journey this has taken on. I mean, it's been all over the place. Looks like its lowest point was $11.90, and right here it was right about noon, 1 o'clock. It was trading at $11.99. All right, and so this is the kind of shows the volatility of a stock, and you see it's up and down, but really Ford is a pretty stable stock. It's been around a long time, so it may look like lots of jumps, but it really isn't. Other things that want to bring your attention to is the 52-week range. All right, so in a year, 52 weeks in a year, the lowest price has been $10.47. And the highest price that Ford has traded at is $13.27. So, it's relatively small range there. All right. So when we say blue chips, they don't move around much. That's it. Next number I want to show you is the volume here, and this is the number of shares that have been traded on the stock exchange today. So that a lot of shares. I mean, that's huge. And then this is the average. So on an average day, all right, so we're not talking about thousands, we're talking about millions of shares traded. Okay. Market cap is another term that we're going to get into in the diversity lesson. Market cap is the size. So market capitalization, how big is this company? And this company's value is $47.502 billion. So $47,502,000,000. Ford is massive. Okay, how do you get that? You actually take the stock price, all right, and you multiply it by the number of shares outstanding, and I'll get to shares outstanding will be under the statistics. These are some of the metrics that we use to determine the the risk in investing. This one is a beta, specifically risk. Closer to 1 is going to be, the further away from 1 that you get is going to be more risky. This is your price earnings ratio, and we'll talk more about that metrics in a later date. And then here's your dividend. So the last dividend that was issued by Ford was 60 cents. And you think, that's not a lot of money. Well, when you are the owner of, thousands of shares of Ford Motor Company, 60 cents times 1,000, it's adding up now. All right. I want to take you into the statistics tab. And this is why I like, I think you get more information on Yahoo Finance, even though you kind of have to search for it. All right. We got some more in the size of the company here. You get some information in the stock price, and you get more information in the dividends. All right. If you're really into the information. So that's a lot of this can be found at right in here as well for the Google, and that is how you interpret the stock information.